guys.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, lady.
I want to do it.
Have we started?
Hey guys, James, shut up.
That was like that part in the new Ghostbusters where the one woman goes, "Let's go," and at the same time the other one goes, "Let's go," and then they're like, "Oh, sorry, I'll let you do that next time."
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
Have we started? Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of the Jar Media
Do you want to open
Podcast.
it as well? Do you want to open it? We've all done one.
Right, everyone. It's not really a JARCAST until James opens it with his...
James, do you want to open it again for Alex?
Good
Wait,
afternoon, morning,
sorry,
evening,
one sec.
or
Can I make
night,
a
ladies
complaint?
and gentlemen.
No, Jim, go on, please. I'm HR in this situation.
James just said, "Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Jar Media Podcast." This isn't the Jar Media
this
Podcast.
is the JARCAST.
This
the
is
Jar
the
Media
JARCAST.
Podcast is another thing. We don't associate ourselves with those guys. They're fucking weird.
Okay.
We're the JARCAST.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the JARCAST, episode 111.
Sorry, everyone.
8? 9?
I don't know.
My mum just messaged me saying about shopping. I said I can't do that now. Mum, just start a podcast. So, sorry, everyone.
3 cheers for Ruben's mama.
3 cheers for Ruben's mama.
Hip hip.
Cheerio.
Cheerio,
Chip.
boys.
Alvin. Garfield.
So do we want to talk about the depressing thing first, or...
Yeah, let's
think we should get
address
out of the way.
the
Yeah.
golden retriever in the room.
I didn't want to go on my phone for this one, but it's been totally ruined by my mum.
By
I
your
wanted to
mother.
put- Yep.
So, as you can see, this is Max here.
Okay, no, I have to do it because they've got frozen stuff.
They have frozen stuff.
Thanks a lot, Mum.
Oh, well,
Well,
that's
tell
funny
the
'cause
story.
It's the Ruben meme anyway.
Yep. So
I'm
Um,
a fucking James
I'm
meme.
going-
What excuse
I'm
do you
just-
have?
Stop! It's gonna be sorted. I'm just waiting for Alex to...
Okay, so
all right. Well, she's gonna message me when they're outside, and then I'll
this Max,
Yep.
he's the golden retriever I've had for a year, just under a year.
He's a very good boy.
So, like, I guess a year ago it would have been now. I told the story of my journey to Wales,
Yeah.
which led to me inheriting a golden retriever, a 5-year-old golden retriever, and now basically they're taking him back because Max is property to them, and,
It's not about the quality of his life.
and apparently
it's about,
we stole him.
owning.
Yep. There's
Yeah,
a corgi out there.
Margie wants to come in. But so basically the alcoholic grandmother-in-law, what is that what she'd be to us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step grandmother.
What are we doing about him?
No,
Not. Yeah, it wouldn't be a grandmother-in-law. Step grandmother.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Step grandmother somehow has recovered liver failure and all of the other things she had, and is in a state now where she's
Back to normal.
apparently back to normal, and hasn't drunk in 9 months. And that whole family want Max back because apparently we stole him.
I mean, you rescued him though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're recording on a Friday. On Wednesday, Max is going back with them. And probably
So
none of
2
us
days.
will ever see him again.
2 days after this podcast goes up.
Really not happy about it.
No.
No.
He made such a huge improvement
Yeah.
when he came here. From what you said about the state he was in
Yeah.
and how he looked beforehand. You know, he was quite overweight.
Yeah, massively
He's
overweight.
really overweight. Yeah.
And honestly, I don't really see him going back there and staying this healthy.
No.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, I was just thinking about how shaggy he was, how much fur there was
Yeah.
on him. He's just going to return to that. I know it.
He was matted as well.
Yeah.
Matted, overweight.
Well, because the owner
depressed.
won't be able to drive,
Nope.
so won't be able to get him groomed.
Nope. He won't
The
go
only
to
way
the
they.
vet anyway.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous. All of that. Yeah.
And I guess people in the comments might be thinking, well, why don't you just not give him back? They did say, like, if we resisted, they would take it to court. And when it gets to that kind of level, it's like, okay. If you're
Yeah.
really that serious.
And the thing is, technically, he isn't your dog.
Yeah.
You
when
didn't buy him.
That's why I'm fine with handing him back, because I thought she was gonna die. So
Hopefully she does.
well,
You just publicly wish death on.
Sorry. I didn't
but yeah, nothing you can do really. Just everyone has to say bye Max.
Bye, Max.
It's like, I don't like it when people become that obsessed with their property that they have to just be
Yeah.
like, I don't give a shit, I just want it back.
I just hate
Yeah.
the
It's-
fact
it's-
that yeah.
that-
I mean, look how much happier he is. You know, when was he ever happy with them?
Many years ago, when they actually could walk him and stuff, and exercise him and engage him. Yeah. Hopefully they do something to look after him, but
What annoys me about it is that he's not like an hour's drive away, so it's not like every
we'll never see
Every
him again.
month.
We'll never hear about him again, probably.
Yeah. It's not like every month we can go and see if he's okay.
No.
It's he's going and he's gone.
Well, yeah, and I
And-
never want to go back there again.
No, but I mean it's too far anyway. It's
It's a 4-hour drive. for me.
especially if he is fine, and then we go all the way there. That's like 6 hours in one day.
It'll be longer.
Yeah,
Yeah, more like 8.
that's a whole day. Like it's just
Yeah. It's just one of those things, isn't it?
I know this might be a bit weird. I've never been able to understand what's going on in that picture.
Not the one of me killing a minion.
But it doesn't look it. What's the bed thing?
It's just the background.
No, but the bed thing that's covering the minion.
We're looking at a bit of fan art on the wall, by the way, that no one can see on camera.
They might. No, you're blocked.
No,
blocked.
it's
I-
hard.
I've every single time I'm here, I look at it and I don't actually understand what's going on.
yeah. Where's the other half of the minion?
I don't know, because I can't see it. It's covered by the...
Well, you
screen.
represent the audience.
No, you
in
can't
this.
pull it off, James. It's stuck to the wall with sticky... Oh, okay.
Right, James is off the cast, everyone.
Anyway, yeah. Max. Goodbye, Max.
He's such a good boy. You were saying how much of a massive improvement he made. He just made a massive impact because he's been such a good boy.
Yeah, he's been lovely.
Right, one sec. Go and get my fucking.
This cast is just going off the rails.
Just off the
Yeah, it is.
We already had a cast that went off the rails. We called it. This one's off the rails.
He does have a bunch of weird behavioural issues because of the way he was raised and stuff.
Yeah,
Just in...
but I mean, it's
the
not
wilderness.
enough to make him like a bad dog, you know.
No, I wouldn't say he's a bad dog at all. He's very relaxed and laid back.
He's immensely pleasant.
Doesn't require much to keep going. He just eats a lot because he's big.
And he really loves you.
Yeah, he's very attached. So I hope when he's taken away, he's not just going to sit around crying non-stop.
I think there's quite a possibility because he almost definitely associates that place with being
Well, that's the thing.
bad.
Yeah.
So
So I'd
he-
rather not really think about that kind of thing.
He was quite depressed, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just annoying that like it's not even about the dog. It's the fact that that family hates our family,
Yeah.
and it's easy to frame it as like a malicious thing when the only reason we took him was to take care of him and to make the dog happy. I didn't give a shit about what
I
they
remember
wanted.
when they first got him, I wanted us to take him home
Yeah, I remember
with us.
thinking that as well.
because he was so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just the victim of a bunch of bad decisions and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they should never have bought him in the first place.
No. Yeah, it's a shame because a good owner with him as a puppy he would have grown into like a perfect dog pretty much.
Absolutely.
I mean he's 95% perfect as he is. He just does the odd weird thing. But yeah, Nagi's gonna be upset as well. Just a bit shitty all round really.
It really pisses me off.
They're so rude about it as well.
I know, that's the thing. Like I said to you earlier, if you'd have saved him from a different family that were nice,
Yeah.
you know, and we knew when he went back,
Yeah.
he had other people that could look after him, but he
Mhm.
doesn't.
That's the thing. If 1 month into this, of me like taking him in and whatever, walking him and looking after him,
Mm-hmm.
they'd like communicated and been like, how it would be really awesome if we could talk about what to do with Max
Yeah.
a bit more thoroughly. Yeah, like we think that because it was Liz's dog. I think I've said her name before. Doesn't matter. Because it was her dog, we think it should remain at the farm with our family.
Yeah.
So we can easily take care of it. But they never did. They never showed interest. In fact, they actually showed the opposite. My mum said they saw one of their family actually like hit him and stuff. And,
Really?
yeah, and just be mean to him and shout at him. Because he's a big boy, he gets in the way. He likes lying in like door frames
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So they didn't like that. You know, just things like that, and that's the kind of thing.
See, I
that's
wonder if
worrying.
there's any like authorities.
Problem is, what it comes down to is just anecdotes of our word versus theirs. Like
Yeah.
you can't.
But I
blame
mean,
that on
it is
evidence.
fact that in the past, however many months, Liz has been in like rehab.
But
basically.
they can frame it that they could just say, well, we were perfectly capable of looking after the dog, and they just took her without asking.
Well, why
even
didn't?
though we had permission.
I mean, phone records. They never contacted us for a year. They never gave a shit about the dog until just like last week.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like one of those things where they're the kind of family who are willing to just take things like hold a grudge kind of family.
Yeah.
Like just take it as far as it will go, just for the principle of it, even though it's at the end of the day it's like meaningless. It's just it's like an animal.
Well, we should be thinking about him and not like.
Well, it's mine. It belongs to me. I own it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it shouldn't be about that. They if they give a shit about him, they should want what's best for him.
Yeah.
And if they know they're gonna treat him well, you know, then
Yeah.
take him.
I
But
fear that they want him.
It's not like that.
I fear that they want him because he's just a bit of property, a bit of like a sheep to them, and the fact that the family who they don't like has him. That's
exactly
what bothers them, not the fact that they.
Well, I
think,
doubt they like any family that isn't their own.
yeah, exactly. I mean, just stereotype, removed, isolated farmer family who are small, tight knit, don't really communicate with anyone, are all socially awkward, all have like they're all on the spectrum in some way. Yeah, it's a bit of a Debbie Downer on that one. I always said I wanted a golden retriever as well, and I got one for 1 year or a bit under. Yeah. No, I don't know if I really want another dog for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, I don't know if it sounds ridiculous to say, but it's almost worse than like them dying, because you know you can deal with like a finality
with
of something
Flossie,
like that.
We knew we'd done the best for her and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas with Max, it's a situation like.
Yeah,
He might
the
be
problem is
miserable.
humans muddy the situation.
Yeah.
Whereas with like just an animal dying naturally, or you know, them the decision having to be made for their own good. It's like just terrible.
I mean, I didn't know what to do, so I just thought it was polite.
Do you need the? Oh.
So he'll always be remembered through jar fan art, and stuff like that.
Yeah. As I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you actually had something to say.
I think I was just saying how good of a boy Max was.
Yeah.
How much of a good boy he is.
Some real knobs out there in this world.
They just want to steal your dog. What do they want to
You
do?
lost your dog. Finally, I have lost my dog.
Well,
It's come full circle. He was right.
so.
Bit of a downer, 15 minutes there, but whatever.
We're gonna move it right on to
That's what the Jar podcast is like now and again.
yeah. Here he is, being
Being Max.
Max. So there's a really good video of a corgi doing that. And
Did
but it was
go
like
into its bed?
it went into its bed.
Yeah.
It just kept doing it until it walked into its bed by itself, and it was perfect. It was satisfying to watch.
He's the most dog I think I've ever known. He does that thing where when you tickle his tummy, his leg goes like that.
Yeah.
I'd never known a dog would do
He's
that
just
before.
he's a big yellow dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clifford.
He's red.
I'm colourblind.
I suppose he's like, there's the Flash and there's the other one, and they're red and yellow, aren't they? The
Yeah,
Flash
they
is
are.
red. And
Yeah.
The Flash and the Reverse Flash. I'm pretty sure that's his name.
I was going to say, isn't it called like the Anti-Flash or some shit?
Say shit.
No, don't say that, Jim. The CW is really good.
The C
Right.
what?
Ruben, do you want to take us into our next segment?
Well, you said something about Full Circle, which made me think of that song, Full Circle, by Half Moon Run,
I like that song.
which is just a nice song. And then that made me think of where we first heard it, which was the trailer for Assassin's Creed 4 on Xbox One and PS3 back in the day.
Yep.
PS4,
Assassin's
sorry,
Creed 4.
back in the day. The
Yeah,
pirate
trailer.
one.
Oh, Black Flag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really good. It was a good game, that. It just made me think of that, and I was thinking about how excited we were, and for that, the Xbox One, oh my god.
Yeah.
I remember
Oh.
Xbox One hype because you guys all got it before me because I was obviously.
Yeah, but you had I remember James had a PlayStation 3 when we all had Xbox 360s. And then your PS3 broke.
Yep.
Just
you went
before,
through loads of PS2s,
Yeah.
didn't you?
I went for a fair few. 'Cause I never got one new. I always got.
wasn't
one.
it? Didn't you go through
Yeah.
like 4 or something really ridiculous?
Yeah, 3, 4.
Yeah, and James, when it broke, the only time he could play games was when he was at your house, like in the mornings, just
Mm.
on Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That was James's Xbox time. That was his console time.
And then I got a brand new slim Xbox One
Yeah.
and got Reach, and then that was.
And James became known as the kill stealer because he would always wait till you'd reduce the enemy's shield to nothing and then just fire one shot and take the kill while you were waiting for your shot to
How
steady
many times
again.
do you think we said, James?
Yeah, because we'd always search in a game mode called Invasion where you'd be partnered with, it'd be alphabetical order, so the top
I
two would be
was
together,
A.
the next two together, the next two, and I'd always get partnered with a random person because of like my name
if
alphabetically.
it was us for searching, I'd be paired with Jim, and there was you two.
But it was usually just us three.
and then
Because Jim
I'd get
didn't play.
Alex.
Yeah.
And you'd always get Alex, and you'd always take his kills. Alex had like 27 assists, and yeah, that's just a little memory of James being a fucking asshole on Halo
I didn't do it
Reach.
on purpose. I swear.
Yeah.
See, on COD you can't steal kills.
But whenever Alex and I played together, well then, if my internet wasn't being disconnected whenever anyone phoned the house, we did well.
Anything we've seen or listened to or watched lately of note?
I've watched so many things lately.
You have.
I've watched so many
Talk about Mad
films.
Max.
I watched Mad Max 1.
Woo!
That's fucking bizarre. It's that classic. I've said this now to you, I think, and Jim, and everyone else I talked to about it. That thing of like films in the late 70s, or just up to now actually, any dystopian film where there's like a gang thing in it, they're always weirdos.
Yeah.
They shave their eyebrows off and screech and go la 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 and run around and do forward rolls and bollocks, and it's just like, what are you doing? This isn't menacing. This is just annoying. Just fucking kill some people or something. Just stop doing this shit. Fucking weirdos.
Well, spoiler alert, one of the gang members runs over Mad Max's wife and baby daughter with a motorbike and kills them both.
And so, but that's like, the film is like 90 minutes long, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like 65 minutes of it are just like nothing, pretty
It's
much.
really weird.
And
It's
then
just like
and
Mad
then in the
Max
last,
running
like-
through fields with his
Yeah.
wife. Like,
And then the
or
last
sitting by the
15 minutes,
beach.
it's just like, it's like fucking Days of Heaven. Like nothing happens until the last like 15
Well,
minutes.
there's like a starting action scene and an end action scene, and that's it.
Yeah, that's
the middle
that's
is
it. That's
just
Days of
nothing.
Heaven. There's a starting like action setup scene,
Hmm.
and then the end is just like, oh, and there we go. That's conclusion. So yeah, guys,
What did you rate it on Letterboxd, Ruben?
I don't know if I have.
What would you rate it out of 5?
I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna look at it, make a decision.
I need to look.
No,
By the way,
I did rate. I think I rated it. I have to check.
Go and have a look. Let me just say this. 3 of the 4 of us have a Letterboxd. If you search IHE, look who I'm following, you'll find these guys. Letterboxd is a pretty good way for any film fan. You should get it, James. You can rate all your war movies.
I
We're
gave
not
it,
like sponsored or anything, by the way. It's just an app.
I give it
quite
3
like.
stars because I feel like it has quite a bit of worth in terms of like importance to
Mhm.
film. So
Okay.
I think it deserves a 3.
I gave it 3.5 because I'm biased.
Yeah, I just saw. You never watched it.
No. Jim's
think
never
you should.
convinced me to want to watch it, really.
Well,
Every time you say,
you
you should watch Mad Max.
No,
It's really weird, though.
I always tell you to watch Road Warrior, but then you're
Yeah.
like, Yeah, but I got to watch the first one first, which you don't.
You don't.
But
You absolutely don't. Need to watch
the
that
only
one.
bit of continuity is Mad Max's leg, because he wears a brace. Because his leg gets run over
Mhm.
by a motorbike. He wears a brace in all the movies after the first one.
Does he limp around on it?
Kinda.
Yeah.
But it's just like a metal thing on the outside of his leather fucking tight trousers.
Yeah, you don't need to watch the first one. I haven't watched the second one. The reason I watched it.
I'd recommend watching the first one though, because it's like interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for
Yeah,
the
it is interesting.
if you
like
want the
films.
full arc of Mad Max starting as like a civilized human being
That's the thing.
and developing throughout these 3 movies,
You seen it, James?
you do kind of want to watch
No.
the first one.
I've not seen.
It seems like a James film to me.
My dad has always said like, "Why have you watched Mad Max? We should watch Mad Max." He
Yeah.
said that throughout
He
my life.
probably means Road Warrior though, because that was like Mad Max. When Road Warrior came out, people didn't even know it was like a sequel,
Mhm.
which is why it isn't called Mad Max 2.
Mad Max: The Road Warrior is a pretty badass name, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should watch it as just someone who's interested in films and seeing
Yeah.
just a film that was made in 1979
Also, if-
for $200,000.
If you want to see like
Profited, it made $9.5 million. That was
the first Mad Max,
yeah.
damn.
So the ridiculous, so much money made there.
Yeah.
But if you want to see like how to do a chase scene, like a vehicular chase scene, sort of low budget, but just done to perfection, like all 3 movies is how you do that.
Really? Okay. You're convincing me. You're winning me over.
I mean, I watched it because Norwegian Netflix. I was in Norway. Norwegian Netflix is quite limited, so they had Mad Max 1. I watched that, but they didn't have Mad Max 2. They had Mad Max 3, which is one that people don't bother
Thunderdome.
with.
I like
The
it.
Godfather Part 3. You don't bother with it.
Was that Thunderdome?
Beyond
Yeah.
Thunderdome, yeah.
Mm-mm.
I watched a lot of films. I watched that. I watched Elysium. Crap. I watched The Simpsons movie. Fun. SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Fun.
The first one.
There's only one. Oh no, there are.
No,
loads,
there's
aren't there?
two.
Yeah, I watched the SpongeBob
Sponge Out of
SquarePants
Water.
movie. I watched the first one,
I've seen
but
both.
most notably, I watched Annihilation.
So you saw it for the first time when you were there?
Yeah, I watched it just on my own.
Oh really?
Just sat there and watched it on my own. Yeah.
Jim, did you watch Annihilation in the dark?
I watched it at like 2 a.m. or
Okay,
something.
that's a pretty good time to watch it then.
Mhm.
Yeah, I watched it at midday.
I did as well, so I was excited.
But
to
and
watch
I
it.
was just sort of sat there and I was watching it. I was more intrigued than I was scared by a lot of it.
Yeah.
There were parts where I was like, "Ooh, that would be a horrible thing to be there for."
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get too spooked.
I wasn't
but I liked
expecting. I didn't go in expecting it to be scary.
No,
It's,
I didn't.
Ex Machina isn't scary. It's just a really good science fiction movie,
Mhm.
and I was expecting something similar.
It's not. Is it a horror movie? Is it classified
It's
as a
I'd
horror?
say
classified
so.
as a horror film.
I'd say there are a lot of pieces of other famous science fiction movies in there, be it Alien or
Mm-hmm.
any one of those famous kind of creepy.
Yeah, I did like that
movies.
film. I like the cast as well. I like them.
I think it's one of those ones that grows on you. Anything that sticks in your mind and makes you think about it is inherently more valuable to me than something that's instantly forgettable.
Do you like Evangelion?
No,
but there are bad films that stick in my mind, and I think that's important as well because then you know
Yeah, I think
something.
that's-
This is not how you make a film. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Fast and Furious, for example.
Well,
That doesn't stick in your mind.
yeah, a lot of them are right down the middle. Just
Yeah.
It just comes out your ear.
There are certain scenes I remember.
Mm-hmm. I watched. What else did I watch? Speaking of things,
You said you watched Dread.
I watched Dread, which is excellent. There's some real
Seen
good.
that movie quite a few
There's some
times.
pretty
I
fucking
haven't seen it
kick-ass
in ages, but I
cinematography.
remember it being just fucking amazing.
Yeah,
It might be in
it's real
4K.
good.
I remember seeing.
It would look
the
amazing in
cover.
4K. It would
Might have
look
to buy
really
it.
good.
Yeah.
I saw it in Portugal, actually.
Yeah, something I said to you was just that there are these slow motion moments that they just feel like the hyper detailed panels in comic books that they'll just sort of do
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a part that was like a conscious decision because they understood the fact that Dread's a fucking comic book.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You watched The Last Jedi for the second time?
Mm-hmm. 5 stars.
Sniper just. You seen the thing that's been going around Twitter of new evidence as to why it's bad?
Alright.
No.
Evidence.
Yeah.
How can you give evidence like
know.
that?
No,
Something
because
like
you know
that.
where this.
It's not a binary.
Do you know what?
It's not
there's
guilt.
there's this guy, this YouTuber who's made this like really, really in-depth, long 3-part series on why The Last Jedi is
That's
objectively
like
bad.
half the YouTubers on YouTube
Yeah,
that have done
it's a really popular thing to do now, but
Because people that hate it.
he spends
just
a large amount of time in one of the episodes trying to explain how his opinion is fact, an objective truth, which to me is completely ridiculous.
it is objective
when you have
truth.
to get to that level to convince people, to try and convince people that you are correct and other people are wrong, then you're just completely deluded. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an objective truth. Deluded.
the fact of the matter is, like, that there is no, like, to any art form, there is no correct opinion, you know? There just isn't.
No.
You, at the end of the day, if I like a song by Taylor Swift, right? No matter what you say to try and convince me that it's bad, I'm still going to like it at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's similar with movies. If someone likes Justice League, you can point out things that are flawed about it in your opinion, but it might not bother them. Everyone is like bothered by certain things and likes certain things. So trying to convince people that like there's an objective truth and that it's measurable on a scale.
Which it is not.
The fuck are you talking about? No, it's not. It's like a complete contradiction. It's not a science or a math. Anyway, continue. Anything else?
I watched Wild Wild Country.
Yeah,
I
you've
finished
been
all of it.
Trying to get me to watch that.
Yeah. Immensely interesting. And it might be one of the best documentaries I've ever seen.
Really?
What is it about?
It's like, how long? 9 hours long or something?
6 hours. It's 6 episodes,
Well,
each an hour long.
Okay.
Ish.
Come on.
It's about Rajneeshpuram. So this Indian guy, right, started getting a following in India.
When?
Like the early 80s.
Is he still alive?
No.
Okay.
How
How old was he though when that happened?
he was quite old.
Okay, I wasn't sure if maybe he was killed or if he just died because he was old.
But then he gets a following and people just all around the world start coming to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they buy this ranch in Oregon, I think.
This is starting to sound like
in
it's
America.
heading in a certain direction of a certain game.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And they just build these houses and this community just grows and they try to like fuck over the voting in the area so they can get on to like the council and shit or whatever.
Mhm.
They tried to assassinate people. They poisoned a ridiculous amount of people. They did all this shit and it just goes into detail. But what was great about it is that it has a bunch of people that were like in the group.
Cult. Yeah.
Yeah, in the cult. And people that were against the cult. And it has people that left the cult because it was bad. And people that stayed in the cult who believed it was good. And it just gives all these different opinions from all these like, educated people. And once it ends, you're like, was it actually good? Like, should it have been stopped? And it's really clever. I'm so conflicted on it.
Known that existed because I'm presuming that's Netflix.
Yeah.
I think that was on Norwegian Netflix because all the originals are there.
I think it just came out.
I probably should have watched that when I was. If I'd known what it was, I would have.
I definitely recommend it.
I didn't watch anything too, and I watched Ghostbusters as well.
Mm-hmm. I saw that a few months ago.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's really
the first time since I was
lots of very
way younger.
subtle little jokes that are just
It's
like
really clever.
That's very clever
Yeah.
and very funny. Bill Murray just has these little remarks. He's all just like just these little snipes
Mhm.
at things, and those
You can
always
tell a
get
lot
me.
of it's kind of improv.
Yeah. I kept saying that was improv.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely improv. It's James's turn in a sec, but we've only got 25 seconds. James, quick, condense it. Go. What have you been watching?
It's
Nothing.
Oh, all right then, that was easy.
I don't do anything.
Great.
Play Rainbow Six Siege.
I watched Grown Ups 2.
Fuck you.
Here's my 10 second review. Really bad. I watched You Don't Mess with the Zohan. It's a funny film. That's the end of it.
Fuck you.
Don't mess with
Boom.
my Zohan.
I thought it was a funny film. You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Never seen it. No one else can comment.
It's on Netflix.
I've seen like the first 10 minutes, I think.
It's really stupid.
You know what? I think I watched the first 10 minutes because your mum was a teacher at the school we
She
went
kept
to.
saying like how much she liked that film.
She put it on at like the end of one of the terms or
I said
something.
15. How the fuck did she get
Really?
away with that?
I swear she did.
Damn.
I
My mum was
swear.
always doing shit like that. It's like, you're gonna lose your job. What the fuck are you doing?
I reckon.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. She does like that film. And I used to say, oh, that film's shit, even though I liked it when I was a kid. But as I got turned out a bit of a snob, I said that film sucks. And now I've gone full circle back to just being open to any film, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think it's funny, and I like it. I watched Civil War. Marvel movie bit. Go.
Good movie.
I watched that
It's
again.
funny, it's funny
Yeah,
how
we fucking hated it only like a year and a half ago.
I really did not like
Yeah.
that movie
yeah,
when
I,
we saw
I
it at the
didn't
cinema.
like it. I didn't. Jim disliked it the most. I was like, about it.
And I think I was in
Yeah.
between. I was a
Yeah.
bit
I
like,
don't know what happened because
I don't know.
I remember
bizarre.
complaining about the stair fight sequence.
Yeah, so do I.
But then watching it on your TV just recently, I was like, that was fucking great.
yeah,
Mhm.
I remember watching like the fights and being like, that was fucking awesome. I loved
Yeah.
that. That was great.
I don't like the part where they're running. I think that's just
Where they're
goofy.
running up the road. Really.
Yeah,
I remember
just- yeah.
I was saying,
It looks
when I was
it looks
watching
straight
it.
up bad.
yeah, I was saying when I was
do not
watching,
like
like,
that.
oh, here's the bit where they run really fast for no reason. Well, there you go. They're running.
Yeah, it's actually really excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave that 3.5 stars, I think. Maybe 4, I can't remember.
You gave it 3.5.
Yeah, okay.
It's no Avengers, but it's pretty good, James.
Avengers deserves a fucking 5-star.
Mhm.
Fuck it. Anyway, James.
It's funny how when Ruben comes back, all these like Halo's brought up, Marvel movies are brought up, all the classic
Fucking so
Jar shit.
accidental. I kept seeing on Netflix so that they have Halo Forward Unto Dawn, Halo Legends, and Halo The Fall of Reach.
Oh.
All are shit. All
I love
terrible.
Halo, but they are all terrible.
I would rather watch Halo Legends than the other two. Straight up.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Fuck Forward Unto Dawn.
Hey.
It's too embarrassing. And
Forward
fuck
Unto
The
Dawn
Fall
is
of
Hey,
Reach.
Legends has some good parts animated by good studios.
I hate. There's the one that's just like mud. It's like watching mud for like 10 minutes.
Oh,
Not
that
the
one,
film
really
mud.
stylized.
The really stylized arbiter
Elite one.
fight one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's horrible.
But it's just like looking at a screen that's had loads of mud thrown at
It's
it. and you're
supposed to look like a painting, but it's just.
it's too brown.
yeah, it's too
It's
much.
too brown. And I can't tell what's happening.
I remember being annoyed by it as well because the hunters are like the size of a skyscraper.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it
it's
just
very
makes
weird.
no sense.
Very, very
Yeah, that
weird.
really annoyed me. I remember getting it on DVD after school one day and being like, whoa, because I
I
didn't know
bought it off Xbox.
Yeah, I
store.
remember being quite excited.
Yeah, I didn't even know it existed, and I just saw it. I was in Sainsbury's with my mum after school on like a Friday. We were getting whatever we were gonna have for dinner,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Mum, there's Halo. Could you get me that? It's only like £10. Mum, please, mummy, please, mum."
And she did it.
And she did. And my brother and I sat and watched it of like this big sort of kind of tray of like our food because it was like things and dip. That's what we had for dinner that
Mhm.
day. That was a Friday thing, things and dip.
Yeah.
That
we
was
had
nice.
lots of things on a
Yeah,
plate
ours
on
was-
a
Yeah,
Friday.
yeah, we had just lots of things on this like circular tray. It was about this, just lots of like carrots and all that healthy shit, and hummus. Always hummus.
Yep.
Bringing it back
Is
to
that why
Zohan.
you're such like a dip fucking like?
Yeah, my mum. You've seen how my mum does like a layout of food.
Yeah.
yeah, that's where it comes from.
You
'cause
just
I have-
love your dips.
I love a dip.
You can't.
I love a sauce and I love a dip.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we watched that, and I was just like, "This is fucking weird."
Yeah.
I liked it because it was Halo, and I just liked it, but it was weird. I remember not liking. There's one with this really like anime, like a Dragon Ball thing. It's like a fucking dinosaur, and
Yeah, I
it
didn't.
made
like
me
that.
think of Dragon Ball. For
I remember
whatever
liking
reason.
2, and that was like the 3D animated one because it was like, whoa, Chief
fucking
fights a guy with a sword.
Whoa, so
Yeah.
cool! But now I watch it and I cringe.
Yeah,
just.
it's so
It's
bad.
very bad,
And
yeah.
the ODST one,
The ODST
which
one, no.
probably is the best
No,
one.
that one's still alright though. I think to watch.
but
It's
it has
okay.
some like
really
shit
anime
stuff.
things.
Like when she pulls her helmet
yeah,
off.
it's just like blonde hair just explodes out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
so,
god.
so it was like wrapped around her face when she had that helmet on.
Yeah, really dumb. That really dumb.
That's the best bit. Never even seen it.
Yeah, you'd like it, James.
You
Yeah.
would like it. You'd
would
love
like
all
it.
of them.
You would love all the anime things.
No,
It is a good
because I
music.
don't like Halo, so it's like. I
You
probably
don't like
wouldn't
Halo? Well,
Yeah,
I
you
haven't
do.
liked Halo for
You
quite some
love
time.
Halo.
You love Halo.
I fucking
You
hate
like Halo 3, and you like Halo Reach, and you like Halo Wars.
Halo Wars is the best Halo game by far.
Fucking
I remember
James is a fucking hipster. James is a fucking hipster, whether you like it or not.
I especially dislike Fortnite.
James is a proto hipster.
Yeah,
The way
yeah, I was
James
about to
dresses
say that.
now will be popular in like a few years.
How? How?
Because you're the proto hipster.
No, but I dress normally.
So I just
No.
got to.
There you go.
Long sleeve like tops and jeans.
What
I
do you
used to
guys
dress
say?
like a fucking fag. Not anymore.
But the way James dresses, not right now. I mean James where he just wears jeans that are too big for him and his running trainers and his like grey hoodie and a t-shirt. That'll be the hipster way of dressing in about 15 years.
Oh, dude, I went into an Urban Outfitters the other day, and they're like, the spring wave is so fucking embarrassing. Some of the stuff in there is so bad.
Spring, what is it?
Like depending on the season, I guess they have a different set of clothes for what's suitable.
Yeah.
Man, the men's stuff was really awful.
What was it like?
Like little colourful shorts that are like real short. Remember that era?
No shorts.
Yeah. Chino shorts that were really short.
It
like
was
the you know how to do it to him guy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a lot of like 80s/90s kind of like really bright coloured sets of clothing, like bright purple.
Did they have
kind of
parachute
plasticky
pants?
shirts,
Ooh.
sort of parachute like
Parachute
jackets
pants
and stuff.
Shell jackets.
What about those trousers that are like really baggy?
No, they didn't really have many jeans, but a lot of it was just like, man, this was really, really bad, not good at all.
I don't really go into. I went into some shops in Norway and I quite liked the clothes that were there. I was surprised because usually I go into shops here and I'm like, no, to a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
You just have to have your shop. I like Penguin.
I liked Carlings in Norway. Yeah.
I like Amazon.
I like
Let's go to Reddit, because we just didn't do it last time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
This is going to be a long cast. And you know it.
Wait.
I'm never here.
Wait.
What?
Why are we filming an episode today?
What do you mean?
You cut last week's episode in half.
I put it to be continued meme at the
Oh
end.
shit, we actually need to continue that discussion though.
You haven't finished it though, have you?
Yeah, but I'm never
We
gonna.
didn't film half an hour.
Wait. What if we re-continue it now and like we do a
No,
little?
we continued it. It was a full episode that Alex cut in half for some reason.
No,
But when
he
you
cut it in
upload
half
that?
because he watched a documentary and sort of like thought it was like accurate,
Yeah.
but they lied throughout the whole documentary. So
Is that what you
Yeah.
actually
it
found
kind
out?
What was the documentary?
It was
what
basically
the health.
Yeah, it's called What the
Oh.
Health, and it was effectively vegan propaganda.
Yeah, it is straight up vegan propaganda.
Yeah.
And
How
I
did you
was
find out
watching
that they lied
it.
the whole time.
Oh, so that's why.
Just
That's
some research
that why you
after the
cut it?
fact.
Could you cite maybe your 3 favourite false facts?
Institutionalized racism.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that because black people are lactose intolerant. So when
No,
the
that's not what
government,
they said. They said a percentage of
like
a higher
98%
percentage
of
black
black
people,
people,
lactose
The
intolerant.
only
lactose
people
intolerant.
I know of who are lactose intolerant are white and Jewish. So, and that's one person.
and it,
That's it. There we go. That's the end of that fact. Get fucked, vegans.
but he
Score one
said
for the meat eaters. Come on,
because
Jim, quick. Bump it.
because he says like the government supports drinking milk and says it's healthy and good for your bones. That's racism. Because black people can't drink milk, I guess.
Just quickly, I'm going to make sure we go back to this. I'm not going to refocus it very quickly. Today I was with my friend and we looked at Vince Staples. He has this thing with GQ where he does Vince Staples reviews fucking everything or whatever. And he makes everything about race.
Yeah.
Everything within.
Yeah.
My friend just joked like, let's see if he can make this one about race. It's just memes, this one. 3 seconds before he mentioned black people. 3 fucking seconds is all it takes Vince Staples to turn everything into a conspiracy theory about race.
It's
Cunt.
when
Just
you
a cunt. Fuck it.
when you look that far into like race, then you're the racist.
Yeah, that's
You're
what I was
the
saying.
one.
I was saying he
you're the
is
one
the problem.
paying attention to
Yeah,
it. You're
he's
the
the
one
problem.
Yeah.
separating these people.
Mm-hmm. Segregating them,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I kept saying. I was just like, he's the problem. Fuck him. That was
People
my
like
take on it.
him
Yeah.
are like the other half of the problem.
Yeah. The
Well,
two
not half.
extreme
They think they're
sides
so
are
much
just
better
fucking everything
than-
up.
Yeah,
Then
they think they're so much
evil.
better.
Yeah.
They become so much
Factless
worse.
interests, they're not doing enough. No, because this is how fucking wars break out, you fucking idiots.
Mm.
hmm
Anyway,
Anyway, back to the what the hell.
Anyway,
I
vegans.
did say we'd refocus it.
so my biggest problem with it is we're talking about a documentary called What the Health. If you missed it, it's this really shoddy documentary made by some guy who's obviously a vegan who loves veganism and everything about it. And it's kind of his story of how he discovered how being a vegan is the ultimate way to live. Right?
Yeah.
And a lot of it's bullshit. My biggest problem was you could have phrased this information in a different way and made a really strong argument for a lot of things.
Well,
But
it's not
instead, every 10
necessarily-
seconds he was changing it and bringing up some random thing and phrasing it and being purposefully misleading.
If he'd have directed it at how animals are treated and
Yeah.
that sort of stuff, then I could totally get on his side.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be like, okay, I'm going vegan today.
Yeah.
But because he skewed it in that stupid fucking direction where, like, eating meat is bad, it will kill you fucking, like, no
Even though we
matter
know
what.
it won't.
It'll give you diabetes.
Even though, yeah, he said sugar has nothing to do with diabetes and it's all meat.
Oh, I watched Sherlock Holmes as well.
We watched that
3.5
ages
stars
ago.
out of 5. Carry on.
But yeah, he said sugar has nothing to do with being diabetic, which I'm pretty sure is some ridiculous old
Yeah.
fact,
That's a big
Which just-
fucking lol.
which isn't true, which is just misinformation.
Mm-hmm.
So that could cause diabetes.
Yeah.
Just to push
Yeah.
your agenda, you're putting all these people at risk.
That's the problem with. I like documentaries that try to be objective and show both sides.
That's why I thought the
It's very
Wild
slanted,
Wild
though.
Country was so good.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't push either direction, even though that's a situation where you could totally see them pushing
Yeah.
the anti-cult thing.
Yeah.
Whereas he pushes the veganism so hard that it makes you not want to agree with him.
Yeah. The problem is when you have such an agenda, the fact, what's fact and what's fiction becomes muddy. So all
Yeah.
the facts that you did have.
Muddy like that damn Halo Legend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I meant about the guy that says about the institutionalized
Yeah.
racism. He makes every other fact like, wait a minute, something's
Yeah, it makes
not
you
right
question it. Yeah. I
And
mean,
it
it's on
turns out
Netflix if
it
you
is
want to
fucked.
check it out and see what you think, but I can't really recommend it unless you want to see. I hadn't seen such a shoddy, strangely put together documentary
Mhm.
like that before.
And the thing is, all the like objective doctors that he talks to and stuff, and medical professionals
Yeah, they're all vegan.
or
aren't they?
nutritionists, they're all vegans. And apparently, like, some of the scientists that he interviewed have previously gone and like pretty much terrorized food organizations that do
Yeah.
like meat stuff and shit like that, like PETA type shit.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I mean, that's just extremist behavior. They actually believe what they're doing is for the greater good.
Yeah.
The greater good.
When you get to the point where you're willing to harm people,
Yeah,
the
it's so contradictory.
It's so contradictory, yeah. Like, so you're saying that harming animals is bad, but you're proving that point by harming people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when the AI has to protect humanity by destroying it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Just
It's good.
doesn't
Just
make any
bizarre.
sense.
Yeah. Very not good.
Very, very not cool. That bad, not good.
I hate it when things happen and people try to push all of their agendas onto it. Like there was that YouTube shooting recently,
Yeah.
and that was literally just someone who's had like this hatred for YouTube and decided to shoot it up. But then on the Twitter,
Luckily,
I
no
see,
one died apart from her.
yeah,
Mhm.
on the Twitter, I just saw, oh, she's a vegan, she's animal rights activist. It's just like, why are you adding those things to just someone who shot up someplace? for
Yeah.
no other
Have
reason?
you seen any of her videos?
Yeah, no.
Appalling.
Have any of you?
Yeah,
No.
They're fucking like.
I didn't think
this
they would be
person is
still on there.
clearly like just fucked.
Yeah,
I
they're
just
mentally
presume.
ill.
I just thought they would have been taken down. I didn't see any of it. I didn't
Her
even bother
channel's
looking.
been taken down now, yeah.
You can
You can find
You
them.
can find videos, yeah.
like
Yeah.
on Twitter and stuff.
But I don't know
It's
why you need to. It's
creepy.
like you're making out as if someone who's like animal rights is like a fucking shooter now.
Yeah.
It's like, you
What does it
fucking
matter?
right-wing prick.
I know.
So,
Yeah, it's just that. It's just both sides like to get at each other. Extreme left, extreme right. People on the internet love having a fucking dig.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They love having a giggle. Fine, whatever. I just feel like sometimes it's not conducive to the greater good.
The greater good.
It's the same. It's like everything boils down into titles. Like when you found out that she's a vegan, it's like
Vegan-
Veganism.
Vegan, whatever country, political, affiliation,
gender, race,
Yeah.
all of it. Yeah.
All just
shooter, instead of just being shooter does this. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
some background is good, I guess, to know.
yeah,
Either
being,
way,
just because you're
People
vegan doesn't
naturally
mean-
want to establish some kind of
They want to explain why something happened.
They
Yeah.
want to blame.
and they want
Yeah.
to they want to blame.
They want to
put a
blame
bias on it.
everything that isn't the problem.
Yeah.
So should we go to Reddit now?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
like you probably already talked about this maybe on our last cast. I don't remember when it happened, but like fucking I trained my dog to do a fucking
No, we
CKL,
didn't- we
'cause
haven't
funny,
discussed
We
That's
never
funny
we
joke.
never talked about
Yeah, we
that.
missed
and then instead of dealing with the rise in crime in the United Kingdom, what do the police do? Oh, they arrest a man because his dog does a CKL, and he did it because he thought it was just a bit of a joke. for hate speech. That's why he's been arrested. Is he going to prison for it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's been found guilty.
Brilliant. So he's going to prison.
That's taxpayer money.
Yeah, he's going to prison for 6 months because his dog did that. He's not a Nazi. The dog's not a Nazi.
And if you actually watch his videos, he was desperately trying to find a job to contribute to society, to add to the economy, to just
and
be
now
a...
he's going to
you know the
prison,
reason
that
that
costs
it went
loads.
down there? Because
idea.
what the command was to the dog to make it do was
it was
like,
gas
the Jews.
Yeah.
And if it had been anything else, I bet you this wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
then,
you're right.
then you look at that and you see that how many people? 4 people died yesterday in London, stabbed.
Well, there were 2 people were shot. The 17-year-old girl died, and another person was shot somewhere else in London. I don't know if they're dead, but a 17-year-old girl died. She was shot and killed in London.
And she was like got caught in it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, damn,
That's the Jews.
those goddamn 4chaners making those Nazi jokes. Quick, kill them. Sorry, Theresa. What? Kill them. Sorry, I'm just
I'm
doing
really
my
worried
Theresa May
about
joke.
the UK and the direction
It's like I
going.
just
Yeah,
see loads
it's-
of memes on Twitter.
We're heading
and it's
towards
like,
like China, where it's like everyone's. Like,
That's what I mean. Like
observed.
that's
Did you
that's
see what Theresa May was like trying to sell the other day?
what?
No.
It was like what was it? It was ages ago. I read it. It's like a system where
Is this where you have
if you report crimes, then you get like points or
Oh,
something,
fucking
and
hell.
you can
That's-
that kind of
the
idea.
trouble is, if everyone refused to do it, it would be ineffective. But so many.
No, but
people
if you
would
get
do
some
it.
There's
points,
definitely people.
You gain some damn
yeah,
points.
it's like
Then you got
turning into a
motivation.
video game. It's turning
Yeah.
crime into a video game.
It's like
Which
if you
is really
report this
bad.
it's
guy,
just GTA.
if you report this guy
The
for
thing
not
is,
using
though,
his
if they're
indicator,
gonna
10 points, boy.
yeah,
If
yeah.
they start doing that, what are they going to do? Put more people in prison? Our overfull prisons
I know.
that cost a lot to run.
But
Yeah.
it makes you realize how important free speech is.
Yeah.
Because that is one step in the direction of like
1984. That's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
where we're going.
But
And it's really scary.
we have no free speech law here, though.
No,
No.
we don't have it.
It's just kind of implied.
Yeah,
and
'cause
it's
of
something we
human
just
rights.
say.
it's something you expect.
It's ingrained
Yeah,
into
but it's kind of because
a
of
free
human
society.
rights. It's because of the human rights, sort of.
Yeah.
A universal.
But we don't
laws.
have the right to free speech in this country.
No.
Um,
Well, it's just something you should expect if you're living in like a
Yeah.
first world country.
Yeah, you should be allowed to protest.
I thought of
So
a
you
funny
want.
joke the day that started happening, but I was scared to tweet it because I thought there could be actual ramifications for me tweeting
Yeah.
anything to do with this
Mhm.
even. And it's like
Yeah, I remember
people losing
thinking-
their jobs over like jokes and
Mhm.
silly things. And of course there are
The thing is-
Eventually, the thing is,
where it
once you have
viable,
a scale
but-
of so many people that are losing their jobs, let's say, for and bad shit happen, it's just going to be there's going to be too many people that are pissed
Yeah.
off.
The thing is, I don't have a problem with the job thing because that's not the government. When it comes to jailing people, that is the government saying you can't do this. Like, if
Yeah.
a job doesn't want to hire someone that said like gas the Jews, then that's their choice. They're
Yeah, it's a
separate from the
private-
government.
Yeah.
But the government saying you can't say this. If you do, we're going to put you in jail. That's just morally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no higher power than our government.
Mhm.
So what can we do about that?
Give
Well, there's
everyone
Mark Zuckerberg,
AK-47s.
Yes. See, we've got to defend. We've got to defend from government tyranny.
Oh shit!
See,
We figured it out.
I almost understand now, like the American. Some
I
people,
completely
fear.
understand it.
I understand the fear that the government might try and do something
I
like
completely
that.
understand it. It was
Yeah.
made during a time where they just come out of a tyrannical government,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they wanted to do everything in their power to prevent it from ever happening again.
So the
Mhm.
people, if they chose to, could form a militia and defend themselves. Yeah.
I remember.
But it just doesn't make sense now. So it's not like
I mean, the guns aren't going anywhere there. So like,
but I mean like tanks aren't legal,
yeah.
and like military drones aren't legal. So what's the point of? Because the government, if they did want to overthrow the people,
they'd be fucked.
they just send in some fucking.
I think it's more what it
automated
represents
tanks
and
and
just
stuff.
like the history of it. And
well, no, because then
it's like a
that
right
wouldn't
to
really
someone in that
work.
country.
Because then that would just create a civil war. Because then Russia would supply the population with fucking anti-air missiles.
Yeah, the Russians would get involved straight away. If there was civil war in the United States, the Russians would be straight there. Like, do you need some help, guys?
You want some fucking Heinz? You want some jets?
Who would want to
We've
fuck
got
with the American
we've
government?
got some flankers here. You fancy some of those?
Yeah, you got some of
Yeah.
The point
But I mean,
is,
it wouldn't happen. So
we're all locked in a deadly stalemate at all times, and we're all fucked anyway.
It's just waste all your
Regardless of
money.
how far humanity makes it, we're all going to die. Humanity will become extinct.
Thank you for watching this episode of the JARCAST.
See ya. Even if we left this planet and we went, all over the fucking galaxy with some new fast and light technology, which is like theoretically impossible anyway, or something. So, we're still fucked because
Just look at how many extinct forms of life there are on the Earth alone.
yeah.
Then
Yeah, but
apply
none
that
of
to
them
the
were as
entire
like
Well,
Like
there's the great filter, which is eventually every race reaches a point, every species reaches a point, where it tries to go through and it dies. It cut the great filter. You try to do the next step, and you die. Because they say,
Where's that then?
because they
Where's
say, fast, it's intergalactic for us. It's intergalactic travel or interstellar travel. That's like the next step. Leaving the planet, going somewhere else. That's our next step. But no other species, has made it to us, and we don't know of any other species that has done it.
As far as
we know, which implies either they've all failed, or we're the first, or we're going to be either.
we simply can't comprehend
Yeah.
what level of existence they're on.
Yeah,
or it can't happen.
yeah, that's it. It's either every other race. I keep saying fucking race. Every other species has failed, and we're going to be the one that does it, or others have done it. We haven't seen them. There's all sorts.
Or
of things
there's
around
no
it.
other life.
Yeah, or
We've
we're
blundered our
completely
way thus far.
We've done all right, considering.
We'll probably discover it by accident. That fucking jar will probably...
Well,
the scorpion.
I read something with like 15 years-ish from nuclear fusion being like, excellent, well done, guys, we did it. That's pretty all right progress.
Mm-hmm.
Nuclear fusion would fix, well, not fix, but it would
alleviate something.
it would do some good, potentially. But
It
then
would do a lot of good.
but the thing is, humans inherently make everything bad. So that's my fear. That's
But
my worry.
theoretically, like, what could you do bad with that? Like,
One
theoretically,
person has a monopoly on it.
You,
But the trouble is, technology like that can't really be monopolized because it's like shared and everyone has. There's always someone.
Well,
There's
you
always
hope.
someone that's just like, because the scientists.
but it's just
who are doing
infinite
this,
power. If you have like infinite power, then like,
Whatever, man.
it has no value at that point. It's
Mhm.
just a given.
Yeah, would you still have to pay for power? If it's just infinite of it?
I guess so.
You still have to pay for, like, other commodities like water, because that has to be filtered and stuff.
Yeah, but there's not infinite water.
That's the thing.
it's quite a lot though.
There's a lot.
You probably
it's
still
quite
would
a
have
lot
to pay
of
for it.
Unless
'cause
you're
you
in
have
like
to pay
LA or
for,
something.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So the plan is, move to New Zealand.
Build a
everyone has a
bunker.
house there. We just build houses all in a row. We just call it our street. That's where we live.
We should start a cult in New Zealand
Nice.
and just make fucking mad cash. Do you know how many
donations he was getting?
Rolls Royces that Rajneesh owned?
A lot.
Because you can
20.
be completely
He
corrupt.
had like fucking dozens.
It's ridiculous.
If you're a dictator, you can do what you want.
He wasn't a dictator though.
He was just a.
He was
He was
just
a cult leader.
He was a cult leader, but like the perfect type of cult,
Yeah.
Because like it
If there
was
ever was one.
all it was like people that wanted to fuck all the time, people that wanted to like be an individual even though they like
fuck,
wear
that sounds
orange.
great.
They just fucked anyone they wanted all the time.
It's like a massive orgy.
Yeah,
never-ending
It's just
orgy.
an
And-
orgy bunch.
But theoretically, there were no drugs and no crime.
Okay.
Anyway,
Because they just killed whoever messed with the plan.
Yeah.
no, every time they tried to kill someone, they failed. So they did a really bad job of killing people.
Was it just made up of like hippies or something?
Yeah, hippies. That is that
Then
exactly
they tried
it.
to kill people. Hey man, I'm gonna.
Well,
I'm
they
gonna
they
get
were
you, man.
there were
Just
no
stay
drugs,
there.
but they were probably all like blasted on weed and
Yeah.
shit.
You can't kill someone if you're like fucking totally out of it
Yeah.
all the
You could.
time. Maybe you could.
By accident.
Yeah,
If
by
you do it
accident.
like while driving and you crash into someone, maybe.
I really need a wee wee. I'm gonna go wee wee.
Wow, Alex, how many gin and tonics is that now? 6.
More like boo.
2 doubles.
Should I pop downstairs and grab a bears?
Yeah. A bears.
What have we got next then? So on the agenda? We haven't even got to Reddit questions yet.
but
and we're
but this
nearly
is
an
going to
hour.
end up being like a 90-minute cast, I predict.
Yeah, we probably should do another segment at least
Yeah.
to make up for last week. It was just so crap. That second half was just so
It
bad.
was all focused on that, vegetarian.
Well, yeah, and
Yeah.
I was the only one who'd seen it, so only I could talk about it, and it was just like,
It was What the Health, I'm guessing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else I watched. I watched so many things, I've forgotten them.
Yeah, that's why Letterboxd is handy.
Yeah.
can
The
see
thing is,
them.
when you first have made an account, you just rate fucking everything you know, and then
Mhm.
you lose track of everything because you've rated everything ever.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm at a nice point with it now.
Yeah. Well, I know what
sort of
films you watched
stabilised.
because I'm just like, oh, you just rated that, so you just watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea.
I watched part of the A-Team, the film from 2009 or something.
Oh, where they shoot the tank like
Yeah.
in fucking midair.
That film fucking sucks. I was so bored watching it. It's really cringy, really embarrassingly written. Just like, come on, this isn't cool. This is what Hollywood fucking like execs think are cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think is cool, sorry, but it's not cool.
Yeah, let's
None
take
of
this
it's
really
cool.
hip property, the A-Team, and make a movie out of it.
It was lame. But Sharlto Copley was in it, and I remember pointing out, yeah, this is his name's Sharlto Copley, and then I put on Elysium, and it was like, that's that guy from the A-Team. Just saying, like, that's that guy who was in this film, that's that guy who was in this film, and yeah.
I do that with every movie I watch.
It's weird. It's weird thinking about the fact that these actors go from, fucking Sharlto Copley was in the A-Team. Probably got paid loads, though, so
Yeah.
good for him, man. Good for
He
him.
was also in that weird PlayStation TV series they made about superheroes or something.
What was that called?
Superheroes? Fuck it.
Superheroes? Fuck it. That's the show.
They got like 2 seasons and then cancelled. So
I don't know what that is.
You loved it.
Sounds familiar
never
for some
even
reason.
seen it.
I liked Primal Instinct. No, not Primal Instinct.
Primeval.
Primeval.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Shit,
Yeah.
Doctor Who. It was
Hey,
Doctor
the
Who,
first
but it was
season
on
was
ITV.
alright.
Jim, if I said to you shit Doctor Who, what TV show do you think of that was on British television around the same time?
That one with that gay guy.
Probably thinking of Primeval, to be honest.
No, not Primeval.
Oh.
He was in like an episode of Doctor Who.
I know who you mean.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
Demons or whatever. it's called.
Torchwood.
Torchwood, yeah.
No, I don't know something about Primeval, but yeah, Torchwood was pretty shit as well.
English TV is either good or shit. There's no in between. It's
Mhm.
Captain Jack Harkness, that was his name, John Barrowman's character in Doctor Who and Torchwood. Nice, James. That was a nice little.
It's because I've been working since 8. Pretty tired.
Yeah, I was pretty tired yesterday.
And I'm
not pretty tired today though.
gonna sit and play Xbox till midnight playing Rainbow Six Siege.
Seagate.
Yeah, Bosh.
So let's do the Reddit questions. We're gonna start with Uber Game On Al, who's like just on every episode 28 times now. What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in someone's house? So specific. Anything weird?
What?
What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in someone's house, James? This room would be a good place to start, I think, if someone.
No,
Well, I
but it's not
mean-
weird to me because I know you. So it's like,
Well, yeah.
that's just Alex.
It's to a stranger, I mean. it'd be
With
quite
the
weird.
context of like us doing this stuff isn't that weird, but I mean like some
Without
stranger,
any context,
some
yeah.
stranger seeing a cucumber with a like scorpion in it. That's kind
yeah,
of weird.
that is weird. This house for a stranger would be weird.
Yeah.
And then one room just full of Lego.
Yeah,
Like that's quite the contrast.
Yeah. This is a very strange
yeah.
place.
Like what?
It is, but like it's fucking more interesting this way.
Unique.
Yeah.
Most unique fucking
Yeah.
house, probably within like a 12-mile radius.
Like
Yeah.
it doesn't even make sense to me. Like I don't get any of it. So
Yeah, there's all sorts of bizarre shit in here.
like plop.
Plop.
Plop might be the oldest thing in this one. Plop is.
I mean, the oldest thing in this room is Alex. But
Yeah.
like,
Oh yes, but like plop is the really old
how does it
joke.
feel like it's been the oldest thing in this room?
Yeah, I'm
apparently?
older than this house.
Well, we're all.
I
older
can't
than
imagine
this
there's anything else older in here.
Unless there's some raw material.
house. I bet
from
Dick
them.
is older.
I mean, maybe
Dick's
there's
like
a water
ancient.
molecule in this that's fucking, Well, actually, yeah. 'cause
We
they
don't know
said
how old
all the
Dick is.
molecules
So.
of water are like, it'd be some of the same ones that come.
I remember hearing some fact like the water you're drinking has been pissed out by like 9 people.
So the
I thought it
oldest
was like
thing in
9
here is
dinosaurs or
the
something.
water in this beer.
Beer isn't water, silly. It's beer.
I would love.
No, it definitely says water.
Love what?
Wait.
This is water.
Oh, shit, this says beer.
Futuristic Bagel asks,
Hey,
the
Oh, that guy.
5-year jar anniversary is 16th of November. Do you have anything special planned?
5-year anniversary.
Yeah.
16th
Fuck.
of November.
No
We started on
way.
November.
16th of November.
No.
Do we have
That's
anything
including
special
old
planned?
jar and this jar.
Do you still have the audio file of Auntie Zula?
Yeah, probably.
That was a fucking good video.
It was. James hates it.
Was it, and at the end it's just like or whatever, right? At the end, James hates it.
did
James
not hate
hates
it. You made that up.
No, you
Dealt
hate
by
it. You were creeped out and you left the room. I fucking remember.
He didn't just leave the room. He just went home.
Yeah, he just drove home.
No,
You did.
You've got that incorrect. I drove home because you like sat there and repeated it for like 2 hours straight, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
That was one of the great talents, I think. Like Alex would kick it off, and then we'd just join in, just repeating the same thing for a long time, and James couldn't do it. James
Couldn't take
cope.
it.
So what we're saying is the special plans are Auntie Zula in a room with James for 4 hours. James doesn't know this is going to happen yet, but it is.
For Jamie, how does it feel to have done Jar for nearly a quarter of your life?
Why for me?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
just
the
reading the
joke is that
question.
You're 15. No, wait, no, because a quarter is 20.
Quarter.
No,
Yeah, what?
Yeah, why just
Why
me?
just Jamie?
You're the same.
Are there
age.
questions for all of
I'm
us?
slightly
No,
younger than
that's the
everyone,
end of the
but-
question now. So only Jim's allowed to answer.
I mean, the start of Jar, like, I wasn't really anything to do with it, you know. It
We
was
can
just
hear you in the
two.
background now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me with
Having a
the
giggle.
OGs.
No, was I involved in the
Not
early Jar or not?
We basically
were?
just sat in the background.
And just sort of called shit out at them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
did
sat
go-
on
you
the
did
bed,
go on
just like
some.
sitting like leaning right against the wall, so our heads were
Yeah.
like this. Like, shut up, James. That was it.
Yeah, because it started with the James blabs, and then Ruben leaked in, and then Jim came in.
And then I kind of took my break.
And then we all
after
just
that.
came in.
Yeah.
What?
We all just came in each other just constantly.
I can say,
When Jar was
I
born.
can solemnly say I've never done a cum in any of the things in this room.
What do you mean in any of the things?
Luke Cage Goatsy says, "What are some little things in life that you enjoy?"
Dark Souls.
My own penis.
Wanking.
Sleep.
Here's a fun one
Not a
for
little
you.
thing, is it really?
But we'll save that one. I can't bother, but I want to keep going through these questions. I already mentioned to you in the car. We're talking about wanking. I had a little
Oh, right,
fun.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But let's fucking save that fucking for the end, because otherwise we'll completely derail this and have another segment. So
What little
I like the feeling of pushing two Lego bricks together.
Yeah.
I really like that.
All of yours will be car related.
I've been doing
being
this
one
for
of them.
fucking the entire car.
I love that.
I like
I
clicking my
fucking love
fingers. I like clicking my fingers a lot. I like doing that.
Little things.
The last toilet paper wipe that has no poo on it.
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
when you take a shit and you do one wipe, there's no poo, and you're like,
No, I don't enjoy wiping at all.
I like taking a shit. I like taking a shit that just goes on for ages. When you've got plenty of time, anyway. Yeah, when you've got a lot of time. Let's say I was drinking the night before, and the shit isn't too acidic, so it doesn't hurt or anything. I was just drinking, and the body handles that a certain way, and the shit just lasts sort of like it's 3 waves of it. You're like one wave, you're like that was good, and you do that, and you're like that was really. I had a shit that was it was about 3 weeks ago probably. I was saying it was really satisfying. I was like, man, that was a. I didn't want it to end. I was like, that was a good
Just
shit.
said out loud. That was awesome.
I was just thinking to myself. I consciously thought that was good shit, man. I'm enjoying this shit.
I imagine every time a poo comes out of Ruben, he dabs.
I
Unless there's
twerk.
splashback.
I would twerk, but it would get messy. So I settle for a dab when I'm shitting.
You don't wipe. You just twerk the shit out of your ass.
That's one of the little things that brings me joy. Ruben twerking.
I can't twerk. I actually had tried it while I was in Norway.
I've never seen. I mean, I don't know why I would have, but I've never seen a male like twerk.
Okay, Alex has. I'm gonna show you the video. I sent Alex a
Really?
video on Argy the Corgi. If you haven't followed Argy the Corgi, you should.
You should follow us all on Instagram, actually.
Yeah, we all have them. For reference, Ruben just showed a video of a black guy twerking.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Okay, fair enough.
You've seen it now.
yeah.
How? Do
I mean, it's just having enough
Just got
fat
ass.
on your ass as
Yeah.
well as
No, but it's not only that. It's like
being able to do the action. as
being
well.
able to move your ass muscles.
I
and-
can't move I've tried. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't move my spine in the right way you need to. You have to like do that with your spine effectively. And
It's
also with
probably
your ass
really
as well.
bad for your back, and all these people that do it are gonna like have horrendous like
Like,
slip discs.
that's the
and
really
stuff.
dangerous thing of our generation. Is twerking.
Just doing stupid things.
Well, that's not the only dangerous thing. Like fucking people our age, like snorting condoms at the moment is the
Are they doing that?
that's the latest
And they
trend.
pull it out of their mouths or
Yeah, I think so.
That's smart.
Is it?
But
Is
the
it
point
just a new condom?
I can't
If they're not
twerk
used.
because the moment I like bend into such a position that you could twerk in, all the muscle just tenses up. Oh, there's a moth. in
Moth
here.
season.
It just flew past my
no.
face.
This is what you need Argy for. Oh, it's the first time of the year. You know spring is here when Argy's like looking up at the ceiling and you see a moth and you're like, do you want it? And then he jumps up at you. He looks you in the eye and he's like, I want it. And you pick him up and he just goes,
I mean, there was that time we made him crunch that mayfly.
Oh fuck that!
yeah.
Oh, that was awful. I remember it hit the radiator. You heard it like clang.
Yeah, we're just
On
sat
the
in here.
Because we heard it buzzing up the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and that freaked the fuck out of me. I'd never seen anything like it in this country.
And your reaction made me scared of it, even though I'd never normally be scared of
Yeah.
things like that.
What was the question anyway that we were even answering?
Yeah,
Little things in life that we
I
love.
feel like there are more little things that we can
Argy
mention, 'cause this is-
crunching maybugs.
Yeah.
I like Max's little eyebrows when he like moves them around.
Max is definitely a
When
choice.
Max blinks.
Mhm.
Max is huge though, so he's not a little thing.
That's true. Argy then.
Ah,
When Argy poos and wheeze at the same time. When Argy does a wee that just lasts like 5 minutes. And I don't know how he does it. Uber Game Ong Owl again asks, YouTubers you can't stand. Well, types of YouTubers if you don't want to name names.
Every Forza YouTuber, every car-related YouTuber.
Okay.
YouTubers I can't stand. I don't watch any that I can't stand, so I can't think of any really. There's
Yeah.
no one I really think, wow, that is so bad. And anyone that I do think is really annoying, I wouldn't publicly name anyway. So
I've got one. I don't want to be mean or anything, but I like watching Dark Souls videos.
yeah,
But this one dude, the Sunlight Blade.
yeah, I know him. I used to try
I
and
ju-
watch his videos because I like Dark Souls videos too. But I just
like
can't.
I don't know what it is, but I just can't gel with him.
No, neither can I. Yeah, actually, that's one. I just stopped watching because I was like,
I don't. It's not like
I
I
want to
I
like
hate
you,
it, but it's
but I
like
just can't get into
there's just
it.
something that doesn't mesh.
No. Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah,
I don't know if he talks like down to the audience or something.
Maybe.
Like he seems to, like Minecraft YouTubers that their audience are kids.
Yeah.
He sort of talks like Minecraft YouTubers.
No, that was a good one actually. I'm trying to think who else there might be. I don't know. Oh, there's this Rainbow Six YouTuber I struggle to watch called like Narcoleptic Nugget, and I really want to like his videos. I don't mind them. They're fine, and I like watching Rainbow Six videos. But there's something about the way he edits videos in that very Let's Play, like shake the screen, throw some text, screaming a bit too much, putting it on a bit too much kind of thing. I'm like, oh, alright, fuck off.
Yeah. There are loads of YouTubers I can't stand.
American
But you're not
Battlefield
allowed to say.
players.
So you're not allowed to say.
Just assume that I can't stand you. Like if
His name is I Hear Everything.
if you at home are listening to this and you're thinking of a YouTuber, just assume that I don't like them.
Unless you state you like them,
Yeah.
you don't like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a statement.
Do you like PewDiePie?
So Ivan5168 says, what do you imagine average Jar viewer to be like?
I just see me watching a jar video.
Sometimes I sit and watch. I've watched casts of just YouTube for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, wait, what am I doing? I could just talk to
Do
these
you
people.
talk as if like?
There are times where
talk
you're
to the
talking about
videos?
things. I remember there was one where you like mentioned me,
I remember
I
you
was like-
complaining about this.
and I was like, I wouldn't say that, or like, that's not my opinion. Getting annoyed about it.
Do you ever just start talking as if you're like in the room?
I
Well,
go
actually,
to in
though.
my head, and I'm like, I'm not there. You're not there. I'm not even there.
What do you imagine the average Jar viewer to be like, James?
Young.
Young.
15. Young.
I do watch
Really-
jar videos normally. I do watch them.
Yeah.
I have them on in the background.
Yeah.
Like, while I'm looking at.
Yeah, I think
Fun-
a lot of people like that.
Fun little fact, I, as a film student, I'm directing a short film, and as a part of the you know the mise en scène of the one location in the film, I'm gonna have the JARCAST in it briefly, like for a bit.
What episode
Yeah.
are you going to choose?
I haven't decided yet. I was just gonna put one on where we're all talking about something. Have it like sort of murmuring in the background.
Yeah.
a bit. Yeah.
Pillowy Pillow says,
gonna be
interested in
famous.
getting a corgi, but everyone
Don't-
else in the family despises them. Can Alex please tell us what it's like living with one and if they require a large amount of space and whatnot? We
They'll-
particularly want to know if their fur feels soft or wiry. I'll answer that first. They're not lazy as you might expect like a small dog to be. In fact, they're actually very energetic.
Small dogs
and-
aren't lazy, are they?
No,
Some are. Some
the-
are really reluctant
you
to
see
walk.
small cute animals and you just assume, I think some people assume that they're kind of low maintenance, lazy,
Right.
like, you know, lap dog kind of things.
Yeah. Well, that's just
Um,
sort of a humanization.
They require a large amount of space, as in when you walk them, they love to run around and, you know, play and stuff. Because
Is it-
you have to realise what they were bred for, you know.
Yeah.
They're working dogs.
Yeah,
So you've
yeah,
gotta
they
treat
were
them as
working
such.
dogs once upon a time, so
But
they require stimulation of some sense.
to be fair, our parents thought you shouldn't get a corgi.
Yeah.
So this
They
is-
they both
And now
had
my
the
mum loves
prejudice.
corgis. She's
Yeah, she's fucking obsessed.
with corgis.
I
It pisses me
I
off.
can't remember. I remember as it was getting closer to you doing it, I kept saying like, "This is fucking so ridiculous." But I wasn't like against it because like I thought the corgi looked, you know, corgis look pretty cute, so I thought it was
One of my favourite moments was
But
when he
like-
pulled out Argy because he kept barking because he was like in the back of this guy's car
Mm-hmm.
and he kept barking because he wanted to be part of the conversation, and he just reached in with one arm and just held him there and continued talking with Argy just hanging there.
Yeah.
Just like great moment. On the same day
Terrible.
Floss died.
Yeah, terrible day.
Terrible day.
Yeah,
I remember
terrible
that
day, but that moment made it good for
I even I remember that day. I was just walking around my dad's house
hmm
and I was stood on the back. It was like a sunny day. And my dad was in the garden. I was stood on the back porch. And I was messaging you, and then I was like, I just called you because I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I remember the moment where I was told
Mhm.
about it, but this is just
I think that moment is well, not that moment. That day is why I've got like a thing against Argy. Because he came in as like a replacement for my childhood dog. And it's like, you're not Flossie. Get out of here.
I never thought he was Flossie though. He's his
No,
own
I know,
thing.
but I mean, like, I just lost Flossie, who meant a lot to me, and Argy's coming in trying to be my best bud, and it's you know, it's like a cop drama,
Oh, the
where-
new cop, like in Seven.
where he gets a new
Yeah.
partner and he's like
and then he's got to learn to
appreciate
Be his
his
best
partner,
bud.
Yeah,
yeah.
As far as the fur, they're very soft.
yeah.
Argy's
Argy
extremely
is
soft.
extra fluff.
Not
at the
wiry
moment.
at all.
Yeah.
And as for everyone else, is Argy actually a piece of shit to be around, or is he just a cutie? From what I've seen, I love Argy, but the rest of my family isn't set on a corgi. Please convince us one way or another. Thanks.
Like any dog that's young, they're always going to be a pain.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not Argy specific.
Yeah, he's just
Just puppy.
Flossie was a fucking cunt as a puppy.
Floss was way worse than Argy.
Yeah, awful puppy.
yeah. Argy's fucking annoying, but yeah, like you say, every young dog.
Gaius is just a fucking dick.
So
I
Just
reckon
get.
by the time he's like 4, he's going to be
He'll
pretty
be
awesome.
excellent. I think he'll be great.
Yeah.
yeah, he went.
But
fucking
my
barking
recommendation,
shit.
just get a black cat.
Yeah, get a little black cat. Just one little memory of Argy is when he's being like annoying. There was one time where he kept barking, running around up here, and I was sat in a chair over there, and I like looked at him like, what? And he looked at me, and then just projected the bark like into my
like
face,
challenging you.
Yeah, he made his bark extra loud, like it was like, I'm gonna kill you. It was one of those.
It's because he
like,
wants you to chase him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I
wants
just
you to
grabbed
go-
him.
He
I just
loves
grab
that.
him immediately, and
He wants you to
roll him
go,
over. Yeah.
That's it, and then chase him. And he loves to run
this
away.
just made me I watched Ricky Gervais' stand-up. He talks about free speech, like we've talked about.
Yeah.
He also was talking about dogs
hmm
and the ones that are bred to kill fucking lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like retrievers, they pick things up in their soft mouths, and that's
Mhm.
what they do. And
Mhm.
other dogs herd cows, and then there's these ones that exist to kill lions. Imagine being a fucking dog that kills lions. No.
Interestingly enough, they replied saying to somebody that they already have a border collie. So if you've already been through having a border collie, a corgi
Oh,
might
fuck.
seem
Oh, yeah.
It'll
seem easy.
Yeah,
Corgi
it'll
would
be
be
easy.
nothing
Yeah.
in comparison to a fucking
Yeah.
border
Well,
collie.
he or she'll be easy. I just think if he with corgis for
Yeah.
some reason.
So if you already have a border collie, they need.
If you already have a
they just need
dog-
more of what a corgi already needs. so
Yeah.
you're probably set. To
Like
be honest.
guys goes on 2 walks a day. 2 big walks a day.
Yeah.
Also, when you get a puppy, you really want 2, because then they stimulate each other.
Yeah. Oh.
Right,
was a
Right, you
good
lover
Simpsons
one,
one.
two,
Yeah, it was,
three.
that's what I was thinking.
Right, you lover 1, 2, 3. Right, you lover 1, 2, 3. How do you deal with a low self-esteem?
You don't.
Um,
The
You hide in a
problem
corner
best-
from everyone.
It's,
Yeah, that's the problem with having a low
it's just like a
self-esteem.
natural progression that should change over time, hopefully.
well, you need to do things.
And you have to challenge yourself.
Yeah, the key is to like go in situations that are uncomfortable, and
And
like
at the end of it, be like, that was fine.
yeah, you sort of learn. Like, I mean, there were these terrible things that could have happened in my head, but like,
None of them did happen.
and even if they did, like, they weren't that bad in reality.
Yeah, the trick is to act like you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
And people just presume you know what you're doing.
Yeah, because like you have to remember at the end of the day, we assume that everyone is like really transfixed on like in my head I might be thinking, well, what are you guys like all seeing of me?
And the truth,
Like,
I look
how
at
do you think I'm looking right now? Am
Yeah,
I
when
dressed right? Is
everyone
my
is,
hair right? Is
thinking
my,
I don't. I look
Are
at
my
you. I
eyes
think
right?
nothing. I'm just saying he's wearing that or in the Jules jumper. Maybe that's
Yeah.
all I think because it's just.
Yeah,
Well,
in reality, you all thinking about something completely
Completely
irrelevant. You don't give a
different,
shit.
yeah.
in
about
reality,
anything,
I saw you wearing those sunglasses, and I got fucking pissed off.
I looked at them. And
That
I was
was
like, man,
reality.
I want some new sunglasses. I've been wearing the same pair for 5 years now. It's a long time. Bought them around this time 5 years ago.
Yeah, boy.
I don't think about that stuff ever.
So nothing makes you like. Nothing worries you in terms of self-esteem. So you'll do anything. That's not true. You won't even call fucking Sammy to get a kebab.
The only reason I
No.
struggle with I don't like talking to people on the phone in case they don't understand me or I don't
Yeah.
understand them, and then it's just like
I hate phone calls as well, but I'll call Sammy if I have to.
I
Guess
think
what you're
I've
doing
called.
tonight?
I'm not calling Sammy.
I think I've called Alex like less times than I have fingers. So like,
Yeah.
and I
I
like to
fucking
keep,
hate phone calls.
I want to keep it that way. I want to make sure that
Yeah.
that's so we must have like what 3 more times I could probably call you. So I'll keep those calls. Like I'll save
Yeah.
them.
I just hate phone calls.
Yeah, they
That's
fucking
nothing
suck.
to do with self-esteem though.
I think it is.
You think so?
Yeah.
I just get uncomfortable on the phone. I don't like it. It feels weird.
No, I
and
think it's
unnatural.
there is a trend between self-esteem and willingness to.
How is it different to
phone calls.
talking like on Xbox Live though? It's no different effectively.
Well, I get weird about talking on Xbox Live when people join.
random new people that you don't know.
Like People that I don't know,
Yeah.
you know?
Like a few
Yeah, I
weeks
don't
ago
like it.
joined for like no reason.
Who?
Some random guy just joined our party. And
Oh
like,
yeah,
it was like,
You sent me a message
yeah.
with him.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, yeah. He didn't say anything. Unfortunately, it would have been really fun. I wanted to hear his voice.
no, but there's a
But-
difference between Xbox Live and phone.
I suppose you call
Xbox
someone.
Live is always better quality.
You call someone with an objective, and for some reason the
So,
fact there's
yeah,
an
when
objective
you-
there, but it makes it less relaxed immediately.
Yeah, definitely.
Xbox Live, you go in a party and you're like, let's play some shit we both like.
Just chill out.
Just sitting here.
Yeah, when you get a phone call, there's normally
Like
an
a-
objective,
yeah.
That's-
a
when
question.
me and Jim join a party, it's just good afternoon, morning, evening, night for about 10-20 minutes. And then it's just
Yeah.
a bit of siege talk.
Siege talk. You just mean saying Habana Una Na like 50 times until one of you gets fed up. That's all
James
you
is the
mean.
one that always gets fed up.
Yeah, I know. And I know you could just keep saying it forever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could keep saying this forever, but I want to play the game. So I'm like, I don't want to keep saying it forever.
Well, when it comes to
actually, I feel
angering
like when it
James.
comes to Rainbow Six and us three playing, we just torment James a lot, and that's it.
Poor James.
Poor James.
I
Anyway,
think for Christmas though, we need to buy James a fucking headset because it's just pissing me
yeah,
off.
no, for,
It's more of
for
a present
Christmas,
for us
we
at
need to
this
buy
point.
James.
He uses Connect still.
Seriously, James?
We need to get James a new Xbox.
I can use the mic. I can use it. It's okay.
No,
I
it's
can
just
use it.
fucking
You have a
James.
mic?
Just buy
You've had a
Alex's
mic
old
before.
It's the same
Xbox.
headset as yours.
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
It's the same headset as yours.
Why?
The shitty
What?
Turtle Beach. But it only works on that ear,
James.
Oh.
and it's just
Mine's been
uncomfortable.
fine the whole time.
James, do you want a Gears Xbox, a grey Xbox, or a Wii U? Choose wisely,
Why are you asking us?
Wii U.
because we've got 3 consoles available that you can buy. What's it going to be?
Buy?
A Gears Xbox, a grey Xbox, or a Wii U?
Don't take the fucking Gears Xbox.
What do you mean buy?
Well, I'm selling. I have one just available. Alex has one of them. We've got a Wii U available.
Xbox One what?
This was meant to be just a little joke for like 10 seconds, and now it's gone on way longer than intended.
Yeah, we got some actual good
fucking confused,
questions
For
mate.
fuck's
here.
sake.
Drop us a question, my
Jim,
brother.
buy me a mic, please.
Marcelotis asks, "Hello, Yogs. I'm 15, almost 16,
Oh,
and come
God.
from a religious family.
It's a bad age.
Actually, from a religious family, and even country, also Mexico. The problem is that I haven't believed in Christianity or any other religion for almost a year now, but I don't know how and when I should break the news to my family. I don't think that they have a single negative reaction and even be supportive about my decision, but I think they'd kind of be sad or disappointed. I know you meme stars didn't have to overcome this, but any advice or discussion could be helpful. Thanks, Barkers, a faithful gamer."
Well, if
What
it's
the fuck does a
Mexico-
Barker mean?
I think.
I don't know, some Mexican.
Yeah, maybe it's lost in translation. I don't know.
Okay.
I think maybe if you think they'd be supportive, then just fucking.
Well, I mean,
say it,
at the
why
end
not?
of the day, if they're gonna like love their kid no matter what.
Well, I mean, I've seen some pretty terrible videos of like, southern parents in America like beating the shit out of their kids because they're gay. So, like,
yeah, but he's
to
not
be
gay.
honest,
no, but I'm just.
Well, I
saying.
mean, he might be.
Yeah, he might- they might be gay.
Catholic-dominated countries, being atheist or anything not believing in that religion, is a bit weird. It's like if people know you
let's
don't
not
believe
scare
in
the
it-
kid.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to scare them, but it's just
I mean,
like,
yeah, people know it. Other people might react badly to. Maybe just
don't ever talk about what you believe.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, it shouldn't
really?
be relevant.
yeah.
It's completely up to the individual,
Mm.
and whether they want to talk to people about it or not, it's up to them. If you think it's like a necessary thing to tell your parents,
It's not, they're phrasing as if they're like gay and have to come out because being gay impacts your life a lot in a much greater way, I'd argue, than being religious.
I could pretend to be Christian easily.
But
Can't pretend to like
just say God bless after every
it's pretty
sentence.
hard pretending to not be gay.
I mean, it's a bit
Yeah.
different in those really
So-
heavily Catholic
I mean,
countries.
if you really don't want to go to church, right? You can phrase it in such a way where maybe it won't disappoint your parents, or, it's basically your family much better than we do.
So
We've got this tiny paragraph to base it all off.
Yeah.
But I mean, if disappointment
But
is the worst thing that can come out of it, then like
Yeah, whatever. Like, it's not going to beat
Then-
the hell out of you or anything.
because they will adjust to it eventually.
Yeah. It's just whether or not we want to suggest a 15-year-old were to put themselves through, some kind of like physical risk. If they were like, my family would be really upset about it and they'd hurt me, I'd be like, maybe just save it until you're not there. All right.
Yeah,
I reckon
But-
or don't tell them.
my
yeah,
advice would
tell
be
them.
to just keep thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do
you
something
don't
because
need
we
to
said
jump
to.
out and like phrase it in such a way where it's like a whole big event. It
Yeah.
should just be like, mum, dad, whoever in the family, I'm feeling this way or I'm thinking this way. That would be a healthy way to approach it, not like sitting everyone down and being like, I've got something big to tell you guys.
Yeah.
Phrasing it more like that might be more constructive.
More like
So-
it's open to a conversation than it is just
Yeah.
a declaration of something.
Yeah. I mean, you phrase it as if they're somewhat understanding. You predict
Yeah.
that they'd be understanding. So
I find it hard to give advice about this sort of thing because, like, in my head, like, our parents, if either of us were
Yeah,
gay or
some-
religious,
I mean,
it's just
yeah.
like we wouldn't even need to say it. Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
not everyone has that luxury though.
I mean,
No,
for
that's
me,
what's hard.
There were a couple times where, I remember deciding I don't believe in this God shit.
Mhm.
I don't believe in it because I went to a Roman Catholic primary school, not because my parents sent me there because it was Roman Catholic. It was just a school in the local area that some of my family had been to. My dad had actually gone there. Very different when he went in the 60s as a black child. Wasn't a good time. Whatever. And I just went there because it was just a good school in the area. But there was a lot of God is God and He exists, and we weren't taught the opposite. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember being taught about the Big Bang or anything like that.
Mhm.
I remember having to just hear about that from other places. I can't remember. Is the trouble because it was quite a while ago. But I remember my mum had this like children's Bible on our like bookshelf when I was a boy, a little boy, in my shared bedroom with my brother, and I remember just being like, I don't care about that. And my dad just said to me, I remember I said something about God, and I've told this before, but I've never embellished upon it quite as much as I am now. Like I mentioned God, and he said, I don't believe in any of that shit, and it just made me think like, yeah, why the fuck do I like just hold on to this because it's just all I'd been told since I was
Yeah.
old enough to remember information and process it.
Yeah.
God was this thing that existed, and then my dad was just challenged it, and immediately I was like, oh yeah, I'll challenge this, and I didn't believe in it at all. Straight after, just after that was it. From like 5 years old, I was like, nah, whatever, man. I'm not really about this. This shit is just ridiculous.
You see, I don't know if our parents ever talked to us about religion in that sort of
I
way,
don't
like,
remember
good or
anything.
bad.
They were the most just down the middle on everything.
Mm-hmm.
My
Like-
parents never ever spoke to me about it. Ever.
So just libertarians about it. Just
It's weird that, isn't it? Like people that weren't told about religion, like all ended up atheists.
Because it's not like if you're told religion is the only thing that exists,
then
you're going to believe
that's
it.
what exists.
But if you're not told about it and given access to all of these religions,
yeah,
and you usually just go for atheism, it's just an interesting thought that says a lot.
it's funny how that.
I
happens,
believe in the
isn't it?
Yeah.
power of engine.
When you're not indoctrinated, how you believe something that's
Well, steam engines.
steam engines.
Nice. So we're just about done here, boys.
yeah.
And we're gonna go get some Sammys, hopefully.
Are we?
We finished, fellas?
Plus 9.
Well,
I didn't
anything
give
else
a
to
car.
say?
McDonald's is open.
What?
Just about done here, boys.
Yeah,
about done,
just a
boys.
little one. I'm going to be on the next cast as well because I'm here long enough to do that.
Quick, do a dab.